Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Autocars in world where performance is often softened by regulation and design diluted by mass market demands. One name has returned. Not to follow, but to dominate. Pontiac. The Firebird. And not just any Firebird. This is the 2026 Pontiac Firebird Formula. A name long whispered in the smoky back rooms of muscle car lore, reborn in the full glare of the digital age. This is not nostalgia. This is revolution with an exhaust note. Welcome to here, where legends don't rest, they resurrect. It begins with a shape, wide, low, and angry. Not over-designed, but deliberate. Every curve on the 2026 Firebird Formula is cut with muscle and purpose. The front fascia growls with twin-beam LED slits, inspired by the iconic 77 Trans Am but sharpened for the modern eye. The hood, sculpted with dual nostrils, hints at a fury beneath, a modern callback to the Ram Air years. The side profile is tension held in metal. Long hood, short deck, high haunches. It's not trying to look fast, it is fast. At the heart of this beast lies a 6.6-liter twin-turbocharged V8 developed in tandem with Hennessy Performance. They call it the Phoenix V8, a nod to the mythical rebirth. It produces a staggering 760 horsepower and 740 pound-feet of torque, pushing the Firebird Formula from 0 to 60 in a neck-snapping 3.2 seconds. This isn't just numbers on a press release. This is seatbelt tightening, stomach churning, rear tire screaming American power. And it's not all about brute force. Underneath, the chassis is built on GM's Alpha 2 platform, shared with the latest Camaro ZL1 and Cadillac Blackwing, but tuned specifically for the Firebird Formula. Magnetic Ride 5.0. Forged control arms. Adaptive dampers that read the road 1,000 times a second. Every ounce of power is translated into poise. This isn't a muscle car pretending to be a sports car. It is a sports car, with a mean streak. Slide into the cockpit, and the world outside fades. The interior isn't a museum of retro gimmicks, it's a blend of heritage and futurism. Deep, bolstered leather seats wrapped in obsidian Alcantara. A flat-bottom steering wheel trimmed in brushed metal and carbon. The digital cluster, a 12.3-inch reconfigurable display, brings track mode data like G-force, boost, oil temp, and quarter-mile time to your fingertips. The infotainment system, a crisp OLED 15-inch touchscreen, is angled toward the driver, because in the Firebird Formula, you're not a passenger. You're the pilot. Even the ambient lighting pulses like the heartbeat of a beast waiting to be unleashed. Every touchpoint screams premium, but never delicate. There's rawness to it. A spirit that hasn't been tamed by committees or consumer surveys. You feel it when you push the red ignition button. The engine roars to life with a bark that shakes your chest. It idles with menace. It revs like a war cry. And then, drive. The 2026 Firebird Formula is not here to play nice. It's rear-wheel drive only. No all-wheel crutch. A 6-speed manual is standard, with a 10-speed paddle shift automatic optional. The clutch is heavy. The throws are short. The feedback, instant. Every gear change is a statement. You're not just driving, you're commanding. You hit the canyon roads, and the formula dances. Not in the twitchy, unpredictable way of old-school muscle, but in a balanced, purposeful glide. Turn in is razor sharp, thanks to variable ratio electric steering and 305 front tires. The rear, 315s wrapped around staggered forged 20-inch wheels, plants power with mechanical grip and controlled aggression. Launch control, of course. Line lock, yes. Track telemetry, integrated. Even the exhaust has 4 modes: touring, sport, track, and war. War mode opens up the valves completely, turning the rear quad pipes into dragon's breath. Inside, a heads-up display projects your vitals. The tach climbs like a rocket. Red line hits at 7,200 RPM. Shift lights pulse on the dash. And when you downshift, the active rev matching blips with perfect precision. The 2026 Firebird Formula isn't just fast, it's alive. But there's more to it than speed. This car tells a story. Pontiac, long thought dead, reborn by a consortium of private engineers, GM alums, and performance fanatics under a licensing agreement. The Firebird Formula is the spearhead. Limited to 3,000 units in its inaugural year. Each one hand-assembled in a bespoke facility in Michigan. Each one numbered. Signed. Certified. Even the badging is bespoke. The flaming Firebird logo reborn in brushed titanium, inlaid with carbon weave. The Formula script glows subtly on the front fenders, backlit in white during nighttime runs. There are no Chevy bowties. No GM branding. This is Pontiac, reimagined. And the sound, oh, the sound. It's not just noise. It's personality. The twin-turbo V8 doesn't whine like a European screamer. It growls. It bellows. It speaks in thunder. At wide-open throttle, it fills tunnels like an avalanche of anger. Off-throttle burbles crackle like distant gunfire. It's not artificial. It's not piped in. It's the real thing. On the highway, the Firebird Formula is surprisingly civil. The suspension adapts. The cabin hushes. Cruise mode glides in. But even then, there's a tension, like a tiger pacing in a cage. You know what it's capable of. So does it. And just when you think it's all speed and spectacle, it surprises you. There's detail. Craftsmanship. The red contrast stitching across the dash is hand-applied. The paddle shifters are billet aluminum. The roof, optional carbon fiber with a visible weave, or go with the traditional T-top with electrochromic glass that tints at the press of a button. T-top. Yes, it's back. The most iconic Firebird feature returns. Reinvented. Strengthened. Modernized. The 2026 Firebird Formula gives you open-air freedom without compromising rigidity. At night, the city lights reflect off the glass panels, creating a cockpit that feels part fighter jet, part outlaw dream. And it connects with people. Pull into any gas station, and you're surrounded. It's not just car fans. It's everyone. Old-school muscle heads see the lineage. Kids see the future. Gearheads hear the exhaust and come running. People ask, is that really a Pontiac? And you say yes, with pride. Because this car stands for something. In a world of silent EVs and soulless crossovers, the Firebird Formula is a battle cry for individuality. It says you don't need to follow trends to make a mark. You need vision. Grit. Audacity. This is American engineering unchained. This is performance for those who remember what it's like to feel a car. And yet, even with all this muscle, the Formula is not ignorant of the times. It includes a 48-volt mild hybrid system to assist start-stop, regenerate braking energy, and reduce emissions without touching performance. It gets an EPA rating of 22 mpg combined. Not bad for a 760 horsepower machine. It comes in 6 colors: Obsidian Black, Phoenix Red, Arctic White, Typhoon Blue, Atomic Silver, and Solar Gold, an homage to the 78 Special Edition Trans Am. Each one with a metallic flake that glows under sunlight and pulses under neon. Every unit comes with a carbon fiber engine cover, serialized build plaque, and an optional Firebird owner's track day experience, including a 2-day performance driving school with former IMSA and Le Mans racers. And if that's not enough, there's the Formula X package. Lighter. Meaner. 50 additional horses. Carbon ceramic brakes. Track-only tires. Active rear aero. No rear seat. Just raw intent. But even in standard trim, the 2026 Firebird Formula isn't a car you buy. It's a car you earn. It demands respect. It offers no apologies, and it delivers on every promise it makes. This is not a reboot. This is not a cash grab. This is legacy, engineered. This is the 2026 Pontiac